Have you ever felt a persistent, nagging whisper in the back of your mind, a quiet but relentless voice suggesting you were meant for something more? What happens when that whisper becomes a scream, and you continue to press the snooze button on your own soul's alarm clock? This is the silent struggle for so many who walk this earth with a destiny they are too afraid to claim. We're going to explore the profound, often chaotic, and ultimately unavoidable consequences that unfold in your reality when you consciously or unconsciously ignore your true calling. It often begins as a subtle hum of discontent, a feeling of being a stranger in your own life. You might have everything that society defines as success: a stable job, a comfortable home, a network of friends, yet an unshakable emptiness pervades your quiet moments. You look in the mirror and see a successful person, but your soul feels impoverished. This deep internal misalignment is the first and most intimate sign that you are straying from your designated spiritual blueprint, a quiet ache that precedes a much larger storm if left unaddressed for too long. The truth is, this feeling of being lost, this sense of inner turmoil, is not a sign that you are broken or failing. It is a sacred alarm system. It is your higher self, the universe, God, or whatever you call the source of all things, sending you a critical notification. The universe doesn't punish you for ignoring your calling, it simply turns up the volume of its guidance. The discomfort is not the problem, it is the messenger pointing you back toward the path you were always meant to walk, a path that holds your greatest joy, fulfillment, and growth. When you first start ignoring your calling, the universe often sends gentle nudges. You might experience a sudden loss of interest in hobbies and activities that once brought you immense joy. The music you loved now sounds like noise, the books you devoured now feel like chores, and the social gatherings you anticipated now feel draining. This isn't just a phase, it's a spiritual recalibration. Your soul is actively rejecting experiences that are no longer in vibrational alignment with your true purpose, creating a void that it hopes you will fill with more meaningful pursuits. It's a quiet protest from within. Next, you might notice a pervasive feeling of chronic fatigue that no amount of sleep can cure. This isn't a physical exhaustion from overworking, it's a soul-deep weariness. You wake up feeling just as tired as when you went to bed because your spirit is exhausted from the constant effort of resisting its natural flow. Living a life that is not authentic to your core essence requires an immense amount of energy. You are essentially swimming against a powerful cosmic current, and the spiritual drag it creates manifests as a profound and unshakable exhaustion in your physical body. As you continue down the wrong path, you may find that your physical health begins to suffer in more noticeable ways. Mysterious aches, pains, and ailments can appear with no clear medical explanation. You might develop chronic tension headaches, persistent back pain, or digestive issues. This is your body physically manifesting the spiritual dis-ease you are experiencing. It is screaming the words your mind refuses to hear. Your physical form becomes a map of your spiritual resistance, with each ache representing a point of friction between your daily actions and your soul's true desires. Mentally, a thick fog can descend, making it difficult to concentrate, think clearly, or feel creative. This brain fog is a direct symptom of being energetically disconnected from your purpose. Your calling is the source of your divine inspiration, your creative spark. When you ignore it, you sever the connection to that wellspring of mental clarity and innovation. You feel dull, uninspired, and creatively barren because the very channel through which your unique ideas are meant to flow has been blocked by your resistance to your own destiny. Simultaneously, you might be plagued by a relentless and growing anxiety. This isn't the normal stress of daily life, it's a deeper, more existential dread. It's the anxiety of the soul, a fear that you are missing something vital, that you are wasting your precious time on things that don't matter in the grand scheme of your existence. This anxiety acts as a constant, low-level alarm, a spiritual static that hums in the background of your life, reminding you that you are out of alignment and that time is slipping away. Meaningful synchronicities and signs, which once guided you and made you feel connected to the universe, will begin to dry up. The comforting angel numbers, the chance encounters, the perfectly timed songs on the radio, they all seem to fade away. It's not that the universe has stopped communicating, it's that your frequency has dropped too low to perceive its messages. You become spiritually deaf and blind, navigating your life without the cosmic breadcrumbs that are meant to guide you home, making you feel profoundly alone and disconnected from any higher power. In place of positive synchronicities, you start experiencing a series of frustrating obstacles and roadblocks. Everything feels like an uphill battle. Projects at work suddenly stall, relationships become strained for no apparent reason, and minor inconveniences seem to pop up everywhere, creating a constant sense of friction in your daily life. The universe is placing these obstacles in your path not to punish you, but to make the wrong path so difficult and unenjoyable that you are forced to stop, reassess, and consider turning around. Your intuition, that inner compass designed to guide you toward your highest good, will become faint and unreliable. You'll start to doubt your own judgment, second-guess your decisions, and seek constant validation from external sources. This is because ignoring your true calling is the ultimate act of self-betrayal. You are telling your inner self that its wisdom is not valid. In response, your intuition retreats, its voice becoming a barely audible whisper, leaving you to navigate the complexities of life with a broken internal guidance system. As your connection to your inner self weakens, you may find yourself becoming increasingly materialistic or obsessed with external validation. You might chase promotions, accumulate possessions, or seek constant approval on social media in a desperate attempt to fill the spiritual void within. However, each achievement and acquisition will feel hollow, providing only a fleeting moment of satisfaction before the underlying emptiness returns, often stronger than before. This is because you are trying to use external solutions to solve a deeply internal problem. The people in your life who represent your old, unaligned self will seem to have a stronger hold on you, while new, inspiring individuals will be mysteriously absent. You'll find yourself stuck in draining relationships and social circles that no longer resonate with the person you are becoming deep down. Your soul tribe, the people who are meant to support your true purpose, cannot find you because your energetic signal is broadcasting a false identity. You feel isolated even in a crowd because you are surrounded by people who reflect who you were, not who you are meant to be. A strange sense of unreality or detachment can set in, as if you are watching your life from outside yourself, merely going through the motions. This state, known as depersonalization, is a psychological coping mechanism, but it is also a spiritual one. Your soul is distancing itself from a life that feels false and inauthentic. It's a profound state of spiritual dissociation, where you feel like an actor playing a role you never auditioned for, reciting lines that feel foreign in your own mouth. You might develop an irrational envy or bitterness towards people who are living their passion and purpose. Seeing others shine a light you've refused to ignite within yourself can trigger feelings of resentment and inadequacy. Instead of feeling inspired by their success, you feel a pang of bitterness, which is really just your own soul crying out in recognition of what it's being denied. This toxic emotion only serves to lower your own vibration further, pushing you even farther away from the very fulfillment you crave. To numb the growing discomfort, you might turn to escapist behaviors. This could manifest as excessive binge-watching, mindless scrolling on social media, overeating, substance abuse, or any activity that allows you to check out from your own reality. These are not just bad habits, they are attempts to silence the screaming voice of your unfulfilled potential. The temporary relief they provide comes at a high cost, as they drain your energy and keep you trapped in a low vibrational state of avoidance. Your dreams, which are a direct line of communication with your subconscious and higher self, may become stressful, chaotic, or completely absent. You might have recurring nightmares about being trapped, chased, or lost, symbolizing your real-life situation. Alternatively, you might stop remembering your dreams altogether, as if the connection to that rich inner world has been severed. Your subconscious is trying to send you urgent messages, but your conscious mind's resistance creates a block, leading to turmoil in your nocturnal landscape. A deep sense of boredom and apathy can take root, coloring your entire existence in shades of gray. Life loses its vibrancy and excitement. You feel as though you are just passively existing, counting down the days rather than living them. This is the spiritual equivalent of malnutrition. Your soul is being starved of the experiences, challenges, and joys that come from living a purpose-driven life, and this starvation manifests as a profound lack of passion and enthusiasm for anything. Relationships in your life may begin to crumble, not just friendships but romantic partnerships as well. When you are not true to yourself, you cannot be genuinely present or authentic with others. You project an image of someone you are not, which prevents deep, meaningful connections from forming. The dissonance between your inner self and your outer persona creates a subtle but powerful barrier, leading to misunderstandings, conflicts, and the eventual breakdown of intimacy. People may drift away, sensing the inauthenticity you exude. You may feel an inexplicable pull towards drastic, often impulsive life changes. You might suddenly feel the urge to quit your job without a plan, move to a different country, or end a long-term relationship. This is your soul in a state of desperation, trying to create a massive external shift to force the internal one you've been avoiding. It's like a trapped animal trying to chew off its own leg to escape. These impulses are raw, unrefined cries for freedom from the prison of a misaligned life. A phenomenon often referred to as the dark night of the soul can be triggered by the prolonged neglect of one's calling. This is an intense period of spiritual desolation, where all the suppressed pain, fear, and emptiness rise to the surface at once. It can feel like a deep depression, a crisis of meaning where everything you once believed in falls apart. It is a terrifying and isolating experience, but it is also a profound spiritual catalyst, a rock bottom designed to make you finally look up and seek a different path. Your creative energy, which is intrinsically linked to your life force and spiritual purpose, will become completely stagnant. For artists, writers, musicians, or anyone who relies on creativity, this can be devastating. You'll experience writer's block, a lack of inspiration, and the inability to produce anything of substance. This is because your soul's unique expression is being suppressed. The divine channel through which your creativity flows is being dammed up by your refusal to embrace the mission it's meant to fuel. You may notice yourself becoming more cynical, critical, and judgmental of others. This negativity is a projection of your own inner dissatisfaction. When you are unhappy with your own life and choices, it's easy to find fault in everything and everyone around you. This critical mindset acts as a defense mechanism, temporarily distracting you from your own inner turmoil, but it ultimately reinforces a negative worldview that keeps you trapped in a low vibrational state, attracting even more negativity into your experience. You might feel a strange and persistent nostalgia for the past, constantly romanticizing a time when you felt more alive, hopeful, or authentic. You find yourself looking at old photos or reminiscing about the good old days because your present reality feels so empty and devoid of meaning. This longing for the past is a clear sign that your present is not fulfilling you on a soul level. It's an indication that somewhere along the way, you took a turn that led you away from the future your soul truly desired. The universe, in its infinite wisdom and compassion, may eventually orchestrate a major life upheaval to get your attention. This could be a sudden job loss, a serious health diagnosis, or the unexpected end of a significant relationship. While devastating in the moment, these events are often blessings in disguise. They are cosmic interventions designed to shatter the false reality you've constructed, clearing the way for you to rebuild a life that is in true alignment with your soul's purpose. It is a forced reset button when you refuse to press it yourself. You might feel a deep and painful disconnect from nature. Walks in the forest, the sound of the ocean, or the sight of a starry sky, which are meant to ground and recharge your spirit, will feel meaningless. Nature is a powerful amplifier of truth, and when you are living an inauthentic life, its purity and honesty can feel uncomfortable, even jarring. This disconnect is a significant loss, as it cuts you off from one of the most potent sources of healing, clarity, and spiritual connection available to us. A sense of hopelessness can begin to permeate your entire being. You start to believe that this emptiness is all there is, that true fulfillment is a fantasy reserved for other people. This is one of the most dangerous stages, as it can lead to a state of deep resignation where you stop trying altogether. This hopelessness is the final cry of a spirit that feels utterly abandoned by its human counterpart, a sign that you are on the brink of completely surrendering your divine potential. Physically, you might notice that you appear drained and lackluster. Your eyes, the windows to your soul, may lose their sparkle. Your posture might become stooped, reflecting the weight of your unfulfilled purpose. Your energetic field or aura becomes dim and constricted. People who are sensitive to energy might comment that you seem off or that your light has dimmed. Your outer appearance starts to physically mirror the state of your inner world, broadcasting your spiritual depletion to those around you. You may begin to attract energy vampires into your life, people who are drawn to your suppressed life force and seek to drain what little energy you have left. Because you are not standing in your full power, you become an easy target for individuals who prey on vulnerability and low self-esteem. These toxic relationships create a vicious cycle, draining you further and making it even harder to muster the strength to break free and reclaim your path, keeping you trapped in a web of codependency and energetic depletion. Your financial situation may also become unstable. When you are not aligned with your purpose, you are out of the flow of universal abundance. You might struggle to make ends meet, experience unexpected expenses, or find that money seems to slip through your fingers. This is because your purpose is your unique contribution to the world, and the universe is designed to support that contribution. When you withhold your gifts, you inadvertently block the flow of abundance that is meant to sustain you on your journey. Ultimately, ignoring your true calling leads to a life filled with regret. It is the quiet, haunting question of what if that will follow you into your later years. The pain of failure or trying and not succeeding pales in comparison to the deep, aching sorrow of never having tried at all. It's the regret of knowing you were given a unique and beautiful song to sing, but you chose to remain silent, leaving the world and yourself deprived of its melody. This is the ultimate consequence, a life half lived. The first step to reclaiming your path is radical honesty. You must pause the noise, the distractions, and the excuses, and sit with yourself in quiet stillness. Acknowledge the emptiness. Give a name to the discontent. Admit to yourself that the life you are living, no matter how perfect it looks on the outside, is not aligned with the truth of who you are. This honest admission is not an act of failure. It is an act of profound courage and the first crucial step toward your homecoming. Begin to listen again. Start a simple practice of daily meditation or journaling with the sole intention of asking your inner self one question: what do you want me to know? Don't expect a booming voice or a detailed plan at first. Look for the whispers, the subtle feelings, the gut instincts, the recurring ideas that spark a flicker of excitement within you. Your intuition has been ignored, so you must be patient and create a safe space for it to speak again. Treat it like a shy friend you are trying to reconnect with. Take one small, inspired step. You don't need to quit your job or overhaul your entire life overnight. What is one tiny action you can take today that feels even 1% more aligned with that inner whisper? Perhaps it's buying a book on a subject you've always been curious about, signing up for a weekend workshop, spending an hour in nature, or reconnecting with a friend who always made you feel seen. This small step sends a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready to listen and co-create your reality once more. As you begin to take these small, aligned actions, you will notice the universe responding. A small synchronicity will appear, a door will crack open, or the perfect person will offer a piece of advice at just the right moment. These are not coincidences. This is the universe confirming that you are moving in the right direction. It's the cosmic feedback loop reactivating, providing you with the encouragement and guidance you need to continue taking the next step, and then the next. Acknowledge and celebrate every single one of these signs. Your journey back to yourself is not a race, it is a sacred unfolding. There will be moments of doubt and fear. The old patterns and comfortable illusions will try to pull you back. Be gentle with yourself. Your calling is not a destination to be reached, but a path to be walked, a direction to be followed. It is about the person you become along the way. Your only task is to wake up each day and choose alignment, to choose the path that feels most like truth, even and especially when it scares you. For it is in facing that fear that you reclaim your power and step into the magnificent life that has been waiting for you all along.